So we are at Callan for Kids, stage 4, page 296. Okay, and our last head word was oh dear, newer type of vision. Okay, so let's start with our revision. Okay, here we go. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up, please. Is everybody in the room standing? In the room standing? Yes. Everybody in this room is standing. Everybody sit down, please. Everybody sit down. Is everybody sitting now? No, not everybody's sitting now. We're sitting and you're standing. Is everything in this room the same color? Is everything in this room the same color? No, not everything in this room are the same color. Some things are red, some things are blue, and something. Does it snow everywhere in the world? Does it snow everywhere in the world? No, it doesn't snow everywhere in the world. In some places it snows, and some places it doesn't snow. Okay. What's a forest? What's a forest? A forest is a part of the countryside with lots of trees everywhere. Name some animals that live in forests. Name some animals that lives in forests, please. Some animals that live in forests are bears, birds, snakes, etc. What time do you arrive at school every morning? What time do you arrive at school every morning? I arrive at school at 9 a.m. every morning. Who's generally the first person to arrive in the classroom? Who's generally the first person to arrive in the classroom? The teacher is generally the first person to arrive in the classroom. What time do you arrive home after your English lesson? What time do you arrive home after your English lesson? I arrive home at 9:30 a.m. after my English lesson. Very good. Which do we use to play tennis with, a racket or a bat? Which do we use to play tennis with, a racket or a bat? We use a racket to play tennis with. What do we do with the rackets? What do we do with the rackets? We hit the ball with the racket. In which sport do we use a small bat to hit the ball? In which sport do we use a small bat to hit the ball? We use a small bat to hit the ball in table tennis. Why are fish always wet? Why are fish always wet? Fish are always wet because they live in water. What's the opposite of wet? What's the opposite of wet? The opposite of wet is dry. After swimming, what do we use to dry our bodies? After swimming, what do we use to dry our bodies? After swimming, we use a towel to dry our bodies. Which is the driest season of the year? Which is the driest season of the year? Summer is the driest season of the year. Of the year. Okay. Are you in the classroom at the moment? Are you in the classroom at the moment? Yes, I'm in the classroom at the moment. Were you in the classroom last lesson? Were you in the classroom last lesson? Yes, I was in the classroom last lesson. How old were you 3 years ago? How old were you 3 years ago? I was 4 years old 3 years ago. Achoo. Was was I here 4 weeks ago? Was I here 4 weeks ago? Yes, you were here 4 weeks ago. What day was it yesterday? What day was it yesterday? It was Wednesday yesterday. Were we in this room last week? Were we in this room last week? Yes, we were in this room last week. Were they here 2 lessons ago? Were they here 2 lessons ago? Yes, they were here 2 lessons ago. Who was Kate with yesterday afternoon? Who was Kate with yesterday afternoon? Kate was with Sophie yesterday afternoon. Were Charlie and Dan yesterday afternoon? Where were Charlie and Dan yesterday afternoon? Charlie and Dan were at a party yesterday afternoon. Very good. What was your favorite toy when you were very small? What was your favorite toy when you were very small? My favorite toy when I was very small was a robot. Okay, is the road between here and the town long? Is the road between here and town long? Yes, the road between here and town is long. Which generally has shops in it, a road or a street? Which generally has shops in it, a road or a street? A street generally has shops in it. Shops in it. Do you live in a road or a street? Do you live in a road or a street? I live in a street. Very good. Which is noisier, a road in the countryside or a busy street in town? Which is noisier, a road in the countryside or a busy street in town? A busy street in town is noisier than the road in the countryside. Than the road in the countryside. Very good. Okay. What's another word for middle? What's another word for middle? Another word for middle is center. Is center. Very good. Okay. Stand in the center of the room, please. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm standing in the center of the room. Very good. What happens at the end of the day at school? What happens at the end of the day at school? At the end of the day at school, all the children go home. Very good. When something's fun, what happens? What do people do? When something funny happens, what do people do? When something funny happens, people laugh. Very good. When something bad happens, what do people sometimes say? When something bad happens, what do people sometimes say? When something bad happens, people sometimes say, "Oh dear." Oh dear.
Your hair.
Very good. Okay, next.
Okay.
What happens when traffic lights change from green to red? What happens when traffic lights change from green to red? When traffic lights change from green to red, all the car stop moving. Okay, very good. So that's the end of our revision. Let's have new word. Okay, repeat. Straight, wavy, curly.
Very.
Okay, so this this is
This
this
is
is a straight line. This is a
my
wavy line. This is a curly line. Max has got straight hair. Kimmy and Sophie has got wavy hair. And Dan's got curly hair. Okay, so let's practice. Is this a wavy line? Is this a wavy line? No, it isn't a wavy line. It's a straight line. What kind of line is this? What kind of line is this? It's a curly line. If we want to draw a very straight line on a piece of paper, what do we need? If we want to draw a very straight line on a piece of paper, what do we need? If we want to draw a very straight line on a piece of paper, we need a
paper.
ruler. Of these four children, who's got wavy hair? Of these four children, who's got wavy hair? Of those four children, Timmy and Sophie have got wavy hair.
Okay.
Okay, next repeat heart.
And hair.
Okay, so heart. This is my heart. My heart is on the left side of my body. Let's
I have
practice.
to
Put your hand on your heart. Put your hand on your heart, please. Is your heart on the left or right hand side of your body? My heart is on the left side of my body. Does a picture of a heart means love or hate? Does a picture of a heart means love or hate? A picture of a heart means love. Where we're gonna connect, repeat, adverb. Okay, so let's learn about adverbs. Okay, repeat quickly, slowly, nicely. We're gonna okay, listen. A cat is quick animal. A cat runs quickly. A snail is a slow animal. A snail moves slowly. Kate has a nice voice. Kate sings nicely. The words quick, slow, and nice are adjectives. They tell us about the cat, the snail, and Kate's voice. The words quickly, slowly, and nicely are adverbs. Adverbs tells us about actions. They tell us how the cat runs, and how the snail moves, and how Kate thinks. Let's practice. Are snails quick? Are snails quick? No. Snails aren't quick. They're slow. Can snails move quickly? Can snails move quickly? No. Snails can't move quickly. They move slowly. Make a sentence with the word bad. Make a sentence with the word bad, please. Her son's homework is always bad. Make a sentence with the word badly. Make a sentence with the word badly, please. Her son always does his homework badly. If you turn round quickly 5 times, can you walk in a straight line? If you turn round quickly 5 times, can you walk in a straight line? No. If I turn round quickly 5 times, I can't walk in a straight line. Can birds move their wings as quickly as bees? Can birds move their wings as quickly as bees? No. Birds can't move their wings as quickly as bees. They move their wings more slowly than bees. Try to say the alphabet very quickly. Try to say the alphabet very quickly, please. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Very good. Next, repeat. Wait. Very good. Okay, listen. If I arrive at the school at quarter to 10, I must wait 15 minutes. Let's practice. What time does our lesson start? What time does our lesson start? Our lesson starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you arrive at school at quarter to 9, how long must you wait? So if you arrive at school at quarter to 9, how long must you wait? If I arrive at the school at quarter to 9, I must wait 15 minutes. Do you like waiting? Do you like waiting? No, I don't like waiting. Is it fun to wait for a bus in the rain? Is it fun to wait for a bus in the rain? No, it isn't fun to wait for a bus in the rain. If you get to school early, what do you do? Go inside the building or wait outside in the playground? If you get to school early, what do you do? Go inside the building or wait outside in the playground? If I get to school early, I go inside the building. What's the first thing you do when you get home after school? What's the first thing you do when you get home after school? The first thing I do when I get home after school is eat some food. Very good. Next, repeat. Stick. Okay. Very old people often walk with a stick. Let's practice. What does a dog do when we throw a stick in a park? What does a dog do when we throw a stick in a park? When we throw a stick in a park, a dog runs to the stick, picks it up, and its teeth, and bring it to us. The very old people often walk with a stick. The very old people often walk with a stick. Yes, very old people often walk with a stick. Okay, next repeat. Ever, never. Okay, very good. The word ever means at any time, and we use it in questions. Ever. For example, if you ask a friend, do you ever have a party? The question means, do you have a party at any time? Your friend can answer, yes, I have a party on my birthday. The word never is the opposite of always. It means at no time. If you ask, do you ever have a party? And the answer is no. Your friend can answer, no, I never have a party. Let's practice. Do you ever go to school at night? Do you ever go to school at night? No, I never go to school at night. Is it ever warm in the South Pole in winter? Is it ever warm in the South Pole in winter? No, it's never warm at the South Pole in winter. It's always cold. Does the sun ever shine during the night? Does the sun ever shine during the night? No, the sun never shines during the night. Do you ever sneeze? Do you ever sneeze? Yes, I sometimes sneeze. When? When I have a cold. How often do you help your parents with the washing up? How often do you help your parents with the washing up? I help my parents with the washing up once a week. What's a teenage? Okay, Rex, teenager. Okay, teenager. Okay, listen. A teenager is a young person between the age of 13 and 19. Let's practice. What's a teenager? What's a teenager? A teenager is a young person between the ages of 13 and 19. How many teenagers are there in your family? How many teenagers are there in your family? There are no teenagers in my family yet. Okay, next. It is cold. Very good. Okay. Instead of saying we call the baby cat a kitten, we can say a baby cat is called a kitten. So let's practice. What's this called? What's this called? That's called a belt. What's this part of my body called? What's this part of my body called? That part of your body's called the chin. Is a baby dog called a puppy or a kitten? Is a baby dog called a puppy or a kitten? A baby dog is called a puppy. What's your favorite TV program called? What's your favorite TV program called? My favorite TV program is called Doraemon. What's a big building full of doctors and nurses called? What's a big building full of doctors and nurses called? A big building full of doctors and nurses is called a hospital. Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to our reading. So our reading is at stage 2, page 144. Last Edward was nice to meet you. Very good. Okay, so let's start. Has Kate Best got a brother? Yes, Kate Best got a brother. Have you got any sisters? Yes, I've got a sister. Are you an only child? No, I'm not an only child. I've got a sister. How many brothers and sisters have you got? How many brothers? I've got one sister and no brother. Next, parents, relatives, relations, uncle, aunt, cousin. Okay, let's practice. What's the difference between parents and relatives? The difference between parents and relatives is that your parents are your mom and dad, and your relatives are all the other people in your family. For example, uncles, aunts, cousins, etc. What does the word uncle mean? What does the word uncle mean? The word uncle means your mom's brother or your dad's brother. What does the word aunt mean? What does the word aunt mean? The word aunt means your mom's sister or your dad's sister. How many cousins have you got? How many cousins have you got? I've got 10 cousins. What's another word for relatives? What's another word for relatives? Another word for relatives is relations. Very good. Okay, 13. Next, correct. Okay, repeat correct. Okay, so 13 plus 7 equals 20. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. 11 minus 5, what's the correct answer? 11 minus 5, what's the correct answer? The correct answer is 6. 6. Next, cinema. At the cinema. On TV. Film. Program. Is there a cinema near there? Is there a cinema near there? Yes, there's a cinema near here. What do we do at the cinema? What do we do at the cinema? We watch films at the cinema. Very good. What can we watch on TV? What can we watch on TV? We can watch programs and films on TV. Name a TV program you like. Name a TV program you like. A TV program I like is Detective Conan. Next, more than. Have you got more fingers than thumbs on your hands? Have you got more fingers than thumbs on your hands? Yes, I've got more fingers than thumbs on my hands. Okay, very good. So we stop there for today.